2.1 The Church Divides. It's Saturday afternoon in the Hagia Sophia. Just before the service, 3 men burst in, march up to the altar, slam down a piece of paper, shout in a foreign language, and storm out. You've just witnessed the Christian church being split in two, forever. Main idea. Christianity in the East and West developed differently, causing arguments, and finally, a split. East versus West. When the old Roman Empire divided, the cultures of its Eastern and Western empires developed very differently. Arguments arose over Christian religious practices. In the East, the emperor was seen as God's representative on earth. The emperor had a great deal of influence over the church and its leader, the patriarch. The first patriarchs of Constantinople were bishops under the governance of the Pope. Over time, however, they became more independent of Rome. The West did not have an emperor after 476, when the Roman Empire fell. As you may recall, the Pope in Rome grew extremely powerful and claimed absolute authority over all Western Christians, even kings. He then claimed authority over the Eastern Christians, which led to a long power struggle with the Byzantine emperors. With different leaders and very little contact, Eastern and Western Christians drifted apart in their beliefs and practices. One key conflict was a disagreement about the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Western Church adopted a creed, or statement of belief, that claimed the Holy Spirit comes from the Father and the Son, God and Jesus. The Eastern Church maintained the belief that the Holy Spirit comes only from the Father. Another major clash was over icons, images of Jesus and the saints. Many Christians had icons and some began to pray to them. In the East, the emperor banned icons and ordered that they be destroyed. In the West, the Pope rebuked the emperor and condemned the destruction of the icons. Religion was an extremely important topic to the Byzantine people. They believed their eternal salvation depended on proper understanding of God and the Bible. As a result, these religious disagreements brought about strong feelings. The Schism of 1054. Growing disagreements created suspicion and hostility between Eastern and Western Christians. Finally, the Pope's representatives in Constantinople announced that the Byzantine Patriarch was excommunicated, no longer part of the church. They made this announcement by placing the letter of excommunication on the altar of the Hagia Sophia. The furious Patriarch then excommunicated the Pope. In 1054, the church split in what is called the East-West Schism, or the Schism of 1054. A schism is a separation. The Roman Catholic Church remained in the West, and the Eastern Orthodox Church developed in Byzantium. Followers of each religion shared some important common ground. They both based their beliefs on Jesus and the Bible, and they both worshipped in churches with services led by priests and bishops. However, in the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope had authority over all clergy and even kings. Priests could not marry, and services were conducted in Latin. In the Eastern Orthodox Church, the emperor had spiritual authority over the clergy, priests could marry, and services were conducted in Greek. Icons. The word icon comes from the Greek word for image. Many icons were painted on wood, but some were made from mosaic tiles, ivory, and other materials. Although Byzantine emperors banned icons more than once, people kept them in their homes and businesses and placed them in churches.